Okay, here we are, back with another instalment of Football is Life. I hope everybody is all right out there, keeping all right. We've had people coming in, viewing, commenting, TikTok, fan debate, people getting involved, YouTube, people looking at the shorts that we've been putting out, so that's all good. And hopefully people will tune in as well to the full episodes. Currently doing 2 a week. So on a Monday we do the roundup from the weekend, and then on a Thursday we're coming back on camera, and I'm loving coming back on camera, and we look forward to the weekend's fixtures in the Premier League. Another weekend of no international football and Premier League football, and that's what we want. I'm going to be covering a few topics tonight that I've written down, and things that have been in the news and things that have interested me. And yeah, going to try and wrap this up into like a 20-minute video, nice and sharp, trying to get to the points. Couple of debates in there, as usual. Couple of things that annoy. As much as we love the Premier League, there's always things in football we can talk about and that get annoying. And obviously we'll start with the Champions League last night, and what a night. I mean, all day, the excitement of 18 games being on in one night, where you can't watch them all at the same time unless you do those kind of memes that you see on X or Facebook or something like that, and or YouTube, and you get people with all the screens up watching all the games, but then you can't really focus on one game. So but it's good just to have 18 games on, all the English teams playing on one night. And didn't the English teams, really show our kind of dominance, getting 5 into the top 8. And Newcastle with a great result at Paris. I mean, I know that they got battered at times, and you're going to get that at Paris. But with my predictions, I got a few wrong, to be fair. And a few teams got some great results, notably Newcastle in Paris. Went with a bit of a low block, got a draw though, and getting to the final 16. And Chelsea, the Rafinha effect, he's still there. He's still there winning games, and don't the players look happy? They look happy. All the interviews, every time you see Rafinha with the fans or with the players, they're really kind of looking like they're enjoying his leadership and his management. So good signs, and he keeps on winning. So Chelsea, great result at Napoli. It's a tough place to go, like we said, and they've done massively well. So brilliant. I watched the City game. And chose that one last night. Just thought City Galatasaray, I thought there'd be a few more goals, but City did a good job. City looked hungry as I've seen them for a while, off the ball. If they lost it, they had 2, 3, 4 players around Galatasaray and kind of swarmed them, really. And looked good. Turkey bandwagon, we said Turkey and Haaland, didn't we? Haaland didn't get all the goals, but they were the goal scorers. Proper player, Cherky, proper player. Doku started well as well, a couple of assists and looked lively. Played 2 number 10s again. Doku, like we said in the Premier League, going through the middle, teeing up Haaland for the first and Cherky for the second, till he went off injured. Hopefully he's all right. But Foden to come on, what a player to replace him. And City looked good, Ait Nouri and Nunez and Kusanov, he's looking more and more at home, and week by week, he's got rapid pace. Didn't realise he had that pace. But yeah, so City were good. Liverpool, walk in the park. Arsenal a bit tighter, but comfortable. We expected those walkover ones. And Liverpool, they look good. Salah back scoring. Ekitike scoring, we said that. Ekitike and Haaland, the double was there, wasn't it? So predicted quite a few things right. And I'm going to take stick at times, aren't I, on TikTok or YouTube or, whatever kind of social that you see me on. And you can't get them all right. And you try and look at football in an analytical way. And I've always done that with my education behind football and working in football in the past. And, I like to think I can spot a player or, give arguments for this or that. And it's going well, and we've predicted quite a few nice ones. So I'm pleased with that. Pleased with the Champions League. Let's get on to the knockout rounds. And English football looking strong in Europe, which is what we want. We want more English teams in Europe fighting in the Champions League. As I speak now, the UEFA Cup's on actually, and we've got a few more teams looking to do the business there. Villa and Forest, and so Palace, and hopefully they do well. And we get more English clubs through to the knockout phases, because it means there's more good games on the telly that we've got an interest in and we want to watch, and a worldwide interest obviously in the Premier League. But it's great. So a couple of things to talk about. Let's roll right into it. Should be a good quick fire episode tonight. Episode 4 already. Can't believe it. Couple of weeks been streaming. So really enjoying it. So here we go, straight in. I've been thinking, on a Monday after a weekend of Premier League action, I'm going to try, I don't know, you let me know, but I was rolling out, I see a lot of these pundits out there, and they come in, they do a team of the week, and they always pick players based on goals. And I know goals are a big metric and a big identifier of, if a player's maybe done well in the game and stuff like that, but we're going to look at the fixtures on a weekend, and then I'm going to try and do my team of the week. So if you'd like to hear that, I'm sure that will cause a bit of debate and a bit of extra things to talk about. And we'll do a little team of the week. So base it on a 4-4-2, shall we? Go straight in, keeper, four defenders, 4 midfielders, and the 2 strikers, and say, this is the Football is Life team of the week. And I love the fantasy football and do the fantasy football, and that's something that I'd love to look at in the future. Could we have a little Football is Life league for next season? Give us a bit of time, we'll set that up. And see if you can beat me. Come and beat me at fantasy football. There's loads of people that are commenting. They know more than me. Let's see if they can beat me at fantasy football and prove me wrong. So, come on, keep it coming. Let's go for it. Okay, the first one, this is going to cause a debate straight away. And you know now, watching me, that I like to go straight in and cause a little bit of debate. And I was thinking today, actually, I was driving this morning, I thought, going on camera tonight, what's a few things that I could write down that I can talk about? Who is better? Straight in, one of them. I've had the Odegaard Bruno thing, and that's gone off. I've got people commenting on that massively. And just to put it out there, everyone that's getting a bit funny, I did say Bruno. He was my pick, but you can't underrated player, Odegaard. He is an underrated player. You could say it about Bruno at times, but Odegaard is underrated, and that's why the argument is valid, and I think it was very valid for the last episode. So, Bruno comes out on top. I'm in the Bruno camp. I think he gives you more output. But tonight we're going to look at centre-backs. We've looked at the midfield. Next week we'll do striker. We'll have a look at the strikers, but I'm going to go with one that could be controversial. Who's better, Gabriel of Arsenal, Gabriel, or Virgil van Dijk of Liverpool? I know what you're thinking. Straight away, it's tasty. There's arguments for both, right? Now, most people straight away will go Virgil, and I would wonder why. I would understand it. The arguments are there. People don't dribble past him. He does score, and he's done it for a long period of time, and he's won the Premier League. So strong for Van Dijk straight away. But I think they're very similar. They've both got winning mentalities, but I think Gabriel is maybe a better leader. His body language always seems better on the pitch. He's a winner, just like Van Dijk. He's a winner. You can see he hates losing, wants to win, goes about his business, and he's ruthless. He's a warrior. He's a warrior, Gabriel, and I think he's more of a warrior than Van Dijk. Van Dijk's strong, big presence, get it, but Gabriel's a warrior. Defensively, I think he's better than Van Dijk. Offensively, he does score, and I know Arsenal have got the routine, the corners, it causes mayhem. But you think anybody in that 6-yard box could score from them? Van Dijk seems to score headers further out. Gabriel is there to the routine, 6-yard box, it's in. So they're both on a top level. Gabriel has a bit of age on his side, years ahead. Arsenal win the Premier League this year. There's more of an argument there straight away. So Gabriel or Van Dijk, let me know. This will probably go on other sources as well. But let me know on YouTube. Start interacting on YouTube and let me know. Gabriel or Van Dijk, I've got to make a decision because I have to. I love Gabriel. You want him in your team. Every team in the Premier League he walks into, and have it right, he walks into it. And I'd love to know if anyone thinks differently. If you've got two better centre backs than Gabriel, I don't think you have. There's an argument Virgil gets in as well over anyone else, but I'm gonna go for Van Dijk. Just it's only just. It's close, all right. But yeah, who's better, Gabriel or Virgil? Virgil just. Gabriel. Let's see over the next few years. But if he wins the title, we might come back and visit that again. Okay, transfers. I'm going to do a quick transfer roundup, all right? Just a few snippets. Now, we can't get all the transfers in, and obviously there's been some great transfers happening or starting to happen. We've visited a couple in the last show. It's been a couple of days since, and there's some great rumours around there. But there was just three ones I wanted to touch on tonight. There's one that's happened, one that's a rumour, could happen now, but have to be a lot of money or summer. And then obviously one that's a player that's unattached, a really interesting one. Where's he going to go? So we have Douglas Luiz going back to Villa. Now, many people might be like, don't know, but a lot of Villa fans love Douglas Luiz. Gutted when he left. He left, apparently, I've read he left because his missus went and he loved that. But all right, mate, focus on your career. But Douglas Luiz, popular, good player. And you know what? No matter who goes to Villa, as obscure as it is, or like I don't know him, or I don't know if he's any good, or maybe it won't work. And we're going to rate this. Will it work? Thumbs up or thumbs down, all right? Douglas Luiz to Villa. I think anybody that Emery signs, I trust. I trust him. I would trust him. Any team in Europe would want him, and we'll come on to that bit of news that's cracked out today. But yeah, back Emery, back Douglas Luiz to come back in, back him to look like the player he was. There's massive potential there. He's got flair, he breaks it up, he tackles. Good player, so. Thumbs up. Douglas Luiz, back at Villa. It gets my thumb up, and yeah, good signing, Villa fans. Let us know. Got to be happy with that one. But I liked it. As soon as I saw it, posted on the socials, happy with that. And a good player to watch in the Premier League. Next one. This is total rumour and it's coming out, and I believe it because I believe, he's a Manchester lad and he's a United fan. A poor accent, by the way, but he is apparently a United fan, I'm sure, 100%, although I don't know if it's come out that he is. So just purely for that reason, I can see it happening. But it's such a topic of conversation. Like, what are people's thoughts on this? Seriously. Cole Palmer to Man United. Now, two things that I can see. One, he's a Manchester lad, Man United fan, apparently. I'm sure he is. Don't quote me. And United will have the money. And I think it would be... Do you know what? I just think a new manager coming in, Chelsea got a lot of players. He's not playing. Is he not playing for a reason? He's had an injury, clearly. But, yeah, I just think there's more meat to that bone than we may be thinking about. And I can see it. Maybe the player's unsettled. Maybe he wants to move. I don't want to say. I don't know him. Just brought out his symbol this week, and he Cole Palmer, his new badge. I think that's the best badge. Best player badge. There's been a few over the years, a few shockers. But it's a good badge, to be fair. I think they look good on a bit of clobber, that. But, yeah, Cole Palmer, Man United, going on a bit of a tangent. I can see it working. I think it would be great for Man United. I think it would increase Man United's creativity. They've already good top of the pitch. If they brought him in next year, tell you what, could Carrick get the job, get Palmer in, and really go for the title, like top 2 territory? Because I think if Arsenal win it, back-to-back it's tough. City could still be developing, even though they've got some players and they're going to be better next year. I think United get him would be big. So Cole Palmer, I'd give it a thumbs up as a sign-in, but I don't want to upset any Chelsea fans because obviously it's pure speculation. But yeah, let us know your thoughts. Cole Palmer to Man United. United fans, would you be happy with that? He's a bit of a likely lad, isn't he? He's got great humour. But yeah, I think he's big. I think he's top. And yeah, Man City should have never let him go in the first place. So get him to United, and I think we'll see a good player there. And the last one, transfers. He's not gone anywhere, but I just kind of thought, I actually forgot about him this year. And then someone asked me, like, where's Raheem Sterling these days? And I was like, I don't know. Where's he gone? Has he got a loan deal or something in the summer and we've kind of missed it? But he's been released from Chelsea, mutually agreed, left Chelsea, London boy, and he's got all his family there and that. And apparently he wants to move to London, but yeah, where will Raheem turn up? He's still too young, too good not to be playing some sort of level of football. Whether he could play Prem now, he could. Maybe at a bottom half team. I know that, but it's easier to get minutes maybe there and help a team really clear out of that end. So a West Ham maybe. I can't see a Spurs going in. Just thinking of the London club. Palace, I think Palace he would be good because they've lost, big players. So Palace he would kind of recover that a little bit. But the one I heard was the academy that he played in, that he might just have a little pull on the heartstrings there for Raheem. And yeah, back to QPR. So I don't know how the wages are working out. Maybe he doesn't need the money, does he? He's happy. Maybe he'll just go to QPR as a thank you for his youth career, helping him into the game and all the coaching, and he'll know people there and family might support them. And so I can see that happening, that he could go QPR. I mean, that'd be amazing, QPR fans, if he went there. I think he would pull up trees in the Championship. He's just, there's levels to players, and I think if he went there, he'd produce ridiculous. So yeah, Raheem Sterling, where are you, mate? Get on the phone, get back on the pitch, because you've still got work to do. Yeah, so that wraps up quick transfers all right this week. One thing that's annoying me, now I keep watching and I know it's a trend in football about retaining the ball, but as fans, as supporters, as people going to grounds, people watching on telly, we want to see entertainers, and we love watching entertainers, and we love wingers that get on the ball and go 1v1 and beat players. We've said the other week, when players are tired, they often go back, but it's kind of become a thing now. Wingers playing backwards. They're so safe. They go safe, they go back, go back. And so many times where they've got the defender exposed 1v1, and there's space, there's grass there, there's 30 metres to get to byline and cross it, whip it and do something with it. But you've got your pace, you've got the skill, you play top level for a reason. You're there because you've got the attributes. And so many now are afraid to go, beat that player, and come back and play it back to fullback or back into middle of the park. And yeah, it's just one of those things that annoy me. So it's my weekly what annoys me about football. At the moment, I'm going for the wingers because, come on, we want to watch wingers entertain, assist, goals, producing. All right, where's the old school wingers gone? In the 4-4-2s. That's coming back in 4-4-2. Are we going to see more of that now? We need to see more old school wingers get into the penalty area and whipping the ball in. So wingers, come on, get those crosses in, take your man on more. Let's see that entertainment. That's old school football in England. That's what we loved, end to end. And a big part of that, big part of Man United's success years ago, were wingers that could go to the byline and produce. So too many wingers going backwards. Okay, two more bits of information before we go on to the Premier League roundup. Okay, amazing stat that I heard, and I think he's a debate, this lad, because he was going to be England's big thing, and we've not really previously mentioned him, but Kobe Mainoo has a 100% record when playing for Man United this season. Again, don't quote me, the source. I did have a look. Apparently this is true. Now, I think as soon as you put Kobe Mainoo in the Man United team and you get Kobe, Fernandes, Cunha, he makes the team start to tick. And I went to England versus Belgium last year. I think it was beginning of last year, maybe the year before. And it was just when Kobe burst on the scene for England, and I remember seeing he was firing in balls, breaking through the lines, getting it up to strikers, playing off, popping it. But he looked to play forward. He didn't just get it and receive and go back all the time. He really is creative at breaking those lines. It doesn't have to be a 60-yard pass. I'm talking like a 15-metre pass. He'll pop it in the little gaps and plays at a tempo, and he's a baller. I mean, the fact that Man United were going to get rid of him at one point under a previous manager, I think it was Amorim. He's going out the door, not fancy. Like, could you imagine if they'd sold him United fans? Like, I know they wanted to keep him, and they were hands down like keep him. Yeah, he produces, and he produces on the pitch, and he's got a massive future. Still an England player, young lad. He's brilliant, and I think under Carrick he'll be there, and I think he'll stay now, and I think he'll be a Man United legend, and I think he'll go on to produce. So, Kobe Mainoo, great stat, 100%. And yeah, it's good to see him back in the team performing well. So, like Kobe, pops the passes around. Shout out to Kobe Mainoo on that one. And the last bit of information this week, because I probably won't be on again until Monday after the weekend, is today apparently, now this is worrying for the Villa fans, apparently, I don't know if he'll go, but I think it's the same for a manager as it is for a player. If you get a chance to go and manage Real Madrid, it's one of them that you ain't turning down. Just, I know they're not worried financially, but financially, you know, he's that nationality, isn't he? Seen as the big club, you know, worldwide, Galactico. I mean, imagine like what he's doing with Villa players, what he could do with Madrid and their recruitment. So worrying for Villa fans, because I think this day could come, will come, would come because of the amazing job he's done at Villa. And Real Madrid, in for you, Unai Emery. Let me know your thoughts. Big news today, because I don't think there's no smoke without fire. All right, and I think it's obviously not going to be now. I think Arbeloa they'll do a stopgap in the summer. You can see it, summer holiday, have a little yeah, we've got to go. Maybe the wife wants to, you know, and it's one of them. And why wouldn't he? But Villa, enjoy Emery while he's here. That's all I'll say, because I think a big club, if it's not Madrid, the big clubs will keep calling. Villa's a big club back in Europe, but you know, he's got to secure Champions League football. He's got to be given more money. He's got to be given almost autonomy that he has complete control. He probably does already, but control over everything to do with Villa. And I think that's the only way you keep him. And he wants to be a Villa legend, but could have moved back to Spain, kind of just be too much for Unai, and he could be gone. So, yeah, big one that. Okay, so to finish off this week, we will look at the Prem games. So looking at the team of the week next week, of course, but see who's going to shine this weekend. Make a few predictions. Come on, they could be good, they could be bad. The good, the bad, the ugly. Who knows? But you know, I'll watch other podcasts and the big ones, and you know, they're predicting games and they get it wrong. They know it all when they're talking. They know it all, but they get the games wrong. They do the Super Six, don't they? And they get minimal points. And I think, well, you know your football. You've been inside football. I like to think I know a little bit, and I've been around the game for a long time. So, yeah, I just go with my hunches and just the news, flows, form. Big look at the form. So if you like backing teams on a weekend and you fancy that. And you do that like a lot of us do in this country, go massively on form. Go, you know, there is systems out there where you can look at form to try and pick a good 3 teams of treble. And, you know, a massive one for me that I've learned over the years is you look at the form over the last 12 games, look at the form over the last 6 home games, and the form for the opposition over the last 6 away games. Marry them together, maybe do a little bit of an algorithm with goal difference, tally it up. And then usually if you pick like 15 games and the top score for those, you know, 3 out of those 15, you'll come close each week to getting a nice little treble. So, yeah, if you want to know more about that and what I do with that and how I look at football and algorithms and stats, give me a comment and I'll DM you. But I can give you what I do. But, yeah, it's all form driven and goal difference driven. Don't worry about player performance. Just, you know, I know that's big, and we can look for fantasy football. Yeah, player performance and predicting players is a good one. But yeah, there's definitely a little algorithm there on form and goal difference that does help to, you know, you can even chuck historical victories into that as well, and it produces a good treble. So, right, here we go. Anyway, these are for fun tonight. All right, get me words out. Hang on. These are for fun tonight. Premier League fixtures. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've picked 5 this weekend. Now I'm going to try and get around all the teams because I don't want people saying, "Oh, he only does the Arsenal predictions every week." And you know, there's an element that we want to put a few big ones in because when the big teams play each other, you get a good feeling to try and predict that, and you want to predict it. So top 20 teams in England are big teams anyway. First one, because there's a few good ones this weekend where I've initially thought when I looked at these, what am I going to say? I'm like, ooh, that's tricky. And I'm going to try and be a little bit more controversial and try and pull off a few surprises. Now, looking at like pressure now coming towards the end of the season for places, and the pressure ramps up. So first one, tough one for this, and Arsenal won't be looking forward to this. Well, maybe they will, but I think they don't fear anyone. But I just think this is a sticky one. It's Leeds away. Leeds. Haaland did the Leeds sign as well, didn't he? Brilliant. Okay, Leeds, Arsenal. This is my first one. Now, take a brave man to back Leeds, but it could be the right time to play Arsenal. Although they might be saying we need to bounce back. But Leeds at home, I just think the crowd will be on it. Leeds will be on it. I'm wearing white, so maybe that's a sign. I think Leeds are good for a point here. I know Arsenal fans are thinking, no, Craig, no, don't. We need 3 points badly. But I can see Leeds getting something out of it at home. I really do. I think they'll be up for it. Physical, strong, big. Hitting Calvert-Lewin. Horrible. Crowd are going to be right on the pitch. And yeah, Leeds 1, Arsenal 1. First one in. Music to City, Villa is, United and Chelsea is. Gooners, if they lose 2, 2 points lost again. Could be interesting. So 1-1. Chelsea v West Ham. Now, I'm on the senior bandwagon here. I know Nuno's doing a job. I know West Ham are doing well. Somerville is in form. And I know Hammers fans, he never backs us. But, I do like a lot of what West Ham are going to do under Nuno. I think you'll be fine. You're going to be all right, and he'll improve you. Could do a Forest next year, and West Ham could see you in top 8. But I'm just with senior. I just think he's got Chelsea going. I think the boys are there for him. I think they're there for him. I think they'll run through walls for him at the moment. And I think that Napoli result will just bang confidence right up. They'll roll into Stamford Bridge at home, and I just think it'll be too much for West Ham. I don't think West Ham will go down without a fight, but I think Chelsea will be too good. And I think it'll be close, and then Chelsea might just get a breakaway at the end when West Ham are pushing. So Chelsea 3, West Ham 1. Yeah, I think there'll just be too much. I fancy little Enzo Fernandez goal there as well. Either a penalty or that's a little prediction. Liverpool v Newcastle. Okay, Liverpool on form, 13 unbeaten. Then they went and did a Liverpool at Bournemouth this season. Bounce back though, stroll in the park, players back, Salah scoring, Ekitike scoring. We said Ekitike, didn't we? And I just think Liverpool at home would just be too much. And I know Newcastle had a great result, but the travelling away, Liverpool at home, that's always a thing. If you've been away in Europe and then you play in, Liverpool at home, training all week. Newcastle, stretched a little bit squad-wise if they've picked up any injuries or niggles. They've probably put so much into that, on Wednesday night that, yeah, I'm going Liverpool, a classic. Remember the 4-3s? We'll go 4-2. Liverpool 4, Newcastle 2. Man United, Fulham. All on Man United. Man United at the back. Carrick's there. He's at the helm. All United fans want to hear this. You're going to be fine. You're going to beat Fulham, even though Fulham are doing all right. And I think Wilson, I just can't see him going to United at the moment. I just think the crowd are going to be so bang up for it after the 2 results. I just think they're going to fly at the minute. So I'm going Man United 3, Fulham 1, and too much. Bruno, I'm backing you. Bruno, a couple of goals maybe. And prove that you're better than Odegaard. And then Tottenham, Man City, I think that's Super Sunday, I believe, just to wrap this up now. Big game, Tottenham, Man City, and you say, wow, is this the moment Tottenham have been waiting for? They're pretty historically good against Man City at home, even though the home record's dodgy. But I'm sorry, Spurs fans, I just think that league form's going to let you down again. And I think City have been in England, yes, going away, but Tottenham, big game away during the week. And they were brilliant, fair play to Spurs, got that completely wrong, and well done, what a Champions League campaign. But I just think City might just catch you here on the weekend. So I think Tottenham are good for a goal, and there's usually goals in this fixture. So it's either a 2-3 or 1-2. Yeah. Tottenham 1, Man City 2. All right, that's a wrap for tonight, guys. Love coming back on camera. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Come on. Keep us going here. Keep us going. Football is life, all right? Take care. Stay safe, all right? Enjoy the English weather. I'll be back Monday after the weekend. Let's have a good weekend of football, eh? Cheers, everyone.